Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to be here tonight and to introduce our next honoree. UCF, as you know, has developed an entrepreneurial culture in Central Florida, lifting Central Florida's startup landscape into the national spotlight. Our next honoree has played a large part in growing and shaping that entrepreneurial culture. I want to make a special note that I've known Mike O'Donnell for over 15 years, and when we were dancing in Irish pubs in Kilkenny many years ago, drinking wine at the Iola Wine Company years ago, and when we talked about his potential to get a master's degree many years ago, no one would have ever imagined that we're both standing here today. I know his wife Colleen, his children Michael and Kevin, and their wives Siobhan and Mary, his grandchildren Kaylee and Riley. It's a special night for me to introduce. It gives me great pleasure to introduce UCF's resident entrepreneur and 2017 Hall of Fame inductee, Michael O'Donnell. Graduated with a master's degree in 2009. He's executive entrepreneur for the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at UCF and executive in residence for our Department of Management at UCF College of Business. He's also co-founder and chairman of the nonprofit Florida Angel Nexus, which is a statewide investment network. He earned his professional Master of Science in Management from UCF. And if you'll have a moment, let's hear more of Mike O'Donnell's story.
I was a student. I started at 58 years old with the idea of getting a PhD. That was the goal. And in 2010, I started teaching in the College of Business, all with the intention to continue on to get a PhD, and I had a specific thing I wanted to do. But I got inspired by the needs that I saw in the student body when working with Cameron in the Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership. That sort of redirected what my new career was going to be.
Mike really helped us to raise the bar on what we were able to do, both in the classroom with his new venture finance class and business planning class, as well as a lot of the one-on-one coaching he offered to some of our most advanced students.
So I met Mike in 2010. I was in his new venture finance class, and Mike has been my mentor now for 6.5 years. He's one of my best friends. We work really well together.
He just knows how to mentor and coach people better than anyone I've seen. He lets them explore, lets them grow, and lets them become things they wouldn't have imagined they can become, just because he's there, he's got their back.
Mike is an investor. There's a few raw ingredients that you build companies out of, human capital, knowledge capital, social capital, and of course financial capital, right? Mike came into UCF and really helped to boost our students' human capital. They became much more sophisticated and more capable of doing stuff on their own.
He's just a great advocate for every person that he works with and also the community. And without Mike, this wouldn't exist.
He came here to get a PhD in business, and we hijacked him, He came out here to do something for himself and ended up doing stuff for this community.
So I still don't have my PhD, nor did I start it, but we have accomplished some things that are the equivalent in terms of serving the community. So if you take those three things in combination, be the master of your own soul, take care of yourself so you can take care of others, and then do well and do good, and you focus that no matter whether it's entrepreneurship or anything else, you can have an impact. And that's all we're trying to do here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome new Hall of Fame honoree, Michael O'Donnell.
Thank you. You're next. Well, who would have thunk? We had no clue. In fact, I had no clue really what I was even going to talk about here tonight 4 hours ago. I'd been thinking about it a long time, and things just started happening. And it started happening in groups of 5. Little did I know that I was going to be sitting at table 5. But I am sitting at table 5. Just a couple nights ago, a former student was at my house, and he made the comment, you are the sum of the 5 people you're closest to. Another issue of 5. So in my 5 minutes of stage time that I have here, I want to talk about some amazing people here at UCF and what it takes to be a contributor, at least from my viewpoint. And there are 5 of them in this room and in the video, and I want to talk about each one of the amazing things that I think help contribute to having a great university and a great college of business. Let's start with the leadership of UCF. President Hitt, this is his 25th year. 5 times 5. Somehow we're in the 5s. Let's talk about Paul Jarley in his 5th year of dean. What great leadership from Paul. The things that he's done, the staff that he's brought in, the staff of the College of Business. I mean, who doesn't know Tiffany and woohoo and what that means, right? It's just amazing people, and we don't really even understand what's under the cover of these people. Just a couple of weeks ago, Paul's former administrative executive had passed away, and I went to her funeral. And she was an administrative assistant. The church was packed. And in there were a whole bunch of former students. Anne Marie was from Trinidad, and she did some great things that nobody knew about because she was a great person. And there's other great people. There is so much happening under the covers at UCF and in the College of Business. So Paul and Tiffany and all you folks that help put something like this amazing thing together, thank you. Let's talk for a minute about the amazing students in the College of Business. Now, you saw Blair Martin. She was a student, as she said, in 2010. And what happened with Blair is I couldn't understand. It was my first semester teaching, and she took more notes than I thought I even talked. I couldn't figure out where this was all coming from. But these are amazing people. So Blair started a long time ago at UCF. She was a 7-year student, graduate and a master's degree, with a water polo team that had like 5 people in it. 7 years later, the water polo team at the University of Central Florida was 2nd in the nation. When we started thinking about building this Florida Angel Nexus, we had no clue that we were going to end up building the 2nd largest angel network in the Southeast. And if I can find the funding for it, we'll be the largest in the country. So what does she do? She brings in a bunch of amazing students to help us. At any point in time, we have 5 interns powering the Angel Nexus, along with our staff with Carolyn Castile and Eric Ramos, who are just amazing. Let's talk about the amazing faculty in the College of Business. Now, one of the things that I thought I was going to do when I came to UCF was work a couple days a week. Colleen and I, I'll talk about in a minute, had decided we'd go to the beach, come back into town whenever we needed to. But there was Cameron Ford working 50 hours a week and inspiring students to do great things. And I said, what's under the covers of this guy? Why is he doing that? How can he do so much? He could get paid the exact same thing doing half the work. And he decided himself to give. And I said, I'm going to beat him. Somehow, I'm going to beat him. But then there are other people also in the faculty. Ron Piccolo, who introduced me, amazing guy. Went to Rollins after UCF, came back, now managing our charity department. Ford Jones, teaching in the master's program, inspired me some more. Anyways, I can continue to talk, but I only got 5 minutes, so I got to quit. I want to talk about the amazing people that are sort of attached to the College of Business and to the university. I'm going to start with Tom O'Neill. Tom laid the foundation for a lot of the entrepreneurship stuff that's happened in the region. Without Tom, for certain, I wouldn't be standing up here. Tom, thank you so much for providing the vision that we need. And there are other people in this audience. Randy Berridge from the High-Tech Corridor, Ed Shones, now also from the High-Tech Corridor, supporting things that are just amazing in different ways. But most of all, let's talk about my family. So I met my wife 5 decades ago. And over 5 decades, a lot of things have happened. For example, we had 2 amazing young boys who married well above their pay grade and produced 2 wonderful grandchildren who are both here tonight, Riley and Kaylee over there. Give it up for them. But we also have an extended family of friends and business relationships. Currently, I'm involved in 5 businesses. And some of my partners are here tonight. Craig Kirkland came down here from Tallahassee. Thank you, Craig. I have another friend here, Barry Mativia, who I met in 1956. Barry is here tonight. He comes here from Wisconsin via Naples. And the family and the friends that give me the support to be able to stand up here, I just can't begin to thank them enough. So I look at UCF, and in particular the College of Business, as both an academic and an economic engine. And that academic and economic engine powers the levels of success that we have a vision for. And I hope we can continue to do that. Thank you, Dean, and thank you, whatever committee made the decision that I should have the honor to stand up here. I don't know what that process is, but I'm very pleased and honored to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, congratulations again to Michael.